Back on MorningLine. Thanks for joining us. Holly Ladd's with us, health, wellness, nutrition coach. She has several clients that she works with on a regular basis to just make things better in their lives.
Indeed.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
The main goal is getting them to agree, yeah, I want to do this, and being committed to it.
Absolutely.
Because there's no question, if you dedicate yourself to it, you can make a difference. The trick is sticking with it like anything. Anything, you start a diet, you don't like it, or whatever, exercise. You have to convince people to stick with it.
And they have to convince themselves that they want to stick with it.
Right.
I mean, that's what it really comes down to, is how much do you love yourself to take care of yourself enough to, be healthy and live long and prosper, right?
And if someone is feeling bad, I mean, that's a way, why wouldn't you want to feel better, That's the way it comes down.
Right.
Let's take a call. We've got some calls. We'll start off with Bill, who waited through the break. Bill, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Bill, how can we help you, buddy?
This special segment when your guest comes in on today.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am glad to see new people coming to the gyms and spas. It is my yearly pet peeve is a lot of people, they join up, they have no idea what they're doing, and I wish the gyms would give them a sheet of proper gym etiquette.
Now, what do you mean by that? Because you're right. Most gyms, like the Y, I've seen them, they walk people around, and there'll be someone that'll help instruct you on a machine. But what do you mean by etiquette? Because I think I know what you're talking about.
Yes, I mean, nowadays with all the new technology, people's got their earphones and phones on. A lot of people who do not know proper gym exercise, things of this sort, they'll sit on the machines, do a set, still sit, maybe do a set once every 10 minutes or whatever, but they're still sitting on the machines.
Right.
And what that does is they do not realize that this time of year, there's about 5 times as many people in the gym. And, hey, other people might want to use that machine.
No, you're right. Etiquette. The other etiquette thing I was going to talk about is just, I'll be on the machines like Jacob's Ladder sometimes, and that really works up a sweat. Well, I always wipe it down afterwards. And the good thing about, at least at the YMCA, and I'm sure other health clubs the same way, they've got a spray bottle of the antiseptic and the towels, and I make sure I clean off if I've been on a machine, before someone else gets on there. Well,
and that's another thing, going back to getting sick, is going to the gym and people sweating, and there's, the gym is like a petri dish of illnesses. So make sure if you go to the gym, for sure, that you don't touch your face.
Right.
That if you're going to put your face down on a machine, put a towel down first, because you don't know who's been there before you.
That's a good point.
And not only that, is that people are most contagious before they even have symptoms. So you could be going to the gym, not think that you're sick, and still be carrying a germ and leaving it there for somebody.
Right.
So that's, I know I've gotten sick from my gym just because I've not been careful. So now I'm super careful.
I think you're right. It's petri dish. So the sweat and everything. What do you think about steam baths?
I think anything that gets you to sweat.
Yeah, and I like it. I'll put on Vicks around my nose before I go in, and I can't handle it longer than maybe 5 to 10 minutes tops.
Yeah.
But I prefer it to the sauna, which just dries me out so much. But I breathe through that, and it seems to clear my nose a little bit. I mean, it's not like I have big sinus problems. I don't even have a cold, but it just clears my nose.
I can see that.
Yeah,
sure.
Vicks or something like it. But sitting in a steam bath, so you were saying anything that gets you to sweat.
Yeah, I mean, right now the sort of the fad is infrared saunas, which sort of heat you from the inside out.
Now, how does that work?
I'm not exactly sure of the technology, but it actually gets you to sweat from the inside out.
Yeah, Rick was just saying, I don't think I like that. It sounds like you're going into microwave, and I'm not interested in that. But it's something where you sit down, it's not hot outside you, but somehow you're getting warmed up from the inside?
And it's warm. Like, it's not like sitting in a Swedish sauna, which is like that oppressive kind of heat.
Right.
But it warms you. It just warms it warms you. It doesn't warm the air.
Have you tried it yet?
I haven't. It's on my list because it's amazing.
What's it called? It's called
infrared sauna.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check on that.
And they're all over. I mean, they're becoming quite popular.
An infrared sauna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The experts say it's a great way to detox. So.
Can you cook a potato while you're in there?
I don't know. We'll try. I'll bring one in.
All right. Let's go to Brian. Brian, you're probably the healthiest guy I know. I mean,
you know me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much staying the same height and weight. I'm 52 as when I was 20, I've gained 5 or 10 pounds.
The guy's got 10% body fat. He can right now run a marathon in under 4 hours, okay? And what are you bench pressing?
I used to walk when I'd be partying or going downtown. I used to park when you'd be able to get like a spot with the, and after 5 o'clock, it used to be you would have to feed the meters downtown. This is back in the early 2000s. And up until midday, I used to walk around, walk. I still walk a lot. I'm telling anybody I know that walking is the best exercise. And this lady, I think she was just on the show. She remembers me. I'm the guy with the Brita water filter.
Oh, sure, yeah.
She says, don't drink the plastic water bottles. I got a metal. My woman, since she said that, I can't remember this lady's name, Holly or whatever, but my woman, Jean Veris, she got me a steel thing to drink out of. So after I make the water, I pour it in there and put it in the fridge. And
great.
And, Nick, he likes I like the Perrier. I have to get the bubbles in my water, too.
Yeah.
I heard Nick say that. I'm like, wow, I'm the same way. I got to have the bubbles.
Me too.
Most of the bubbly ones are coming in plastic containers, except for Perrier. And Perrier, if you get it in the glass bottles, is kind of expensive.
Exactly.
So, is there any way to make bubbles on my own without putting carbon dioxide into the water, or is that not a good idea?
See, Brian and I are on the same page, because I've told you, I do the same thing. And by the way, you can get bottles of plastic Perrier. It's in plastic, unfortunately, but you can get a case of it at Costco. And it's actually relatively affordable. And I can't, Perrier or Pellegrino, all that, it's the bubbly water. But I know you've told me time and again, and I have to get away from it, because for the past several years, I drink a lot of it out of the plastic bottles. And on top of that, it's a landfill nightmare. I don't want to add to my human footprint. So we've talked about this. You can make your own bubbly water, can't you?
You can. I mean, there are some things that you can get, and I don't know the brand, but you can infuse bubbles into your own water.
Right, and flavor.
And flavor, if you like. And it's cheaper. It's better for the environment, and it's better for you, because you're not, like, the BPA in plastics is a problem. I mean, we have to acknowledge that.
Are there BPA-free plastics?
There are, but then you have to worry about the other. I mean, anything that's a plastic, you just kind of have to worry about what's in that, and what it gets hot, it leaches, it gets into the liquid. You're drinking,
right.
So
the best you would say glass or, as he said, a metal container, something that he has there.
Yep. And then if you want to do the bubbles, try to get something that you can do at home, or buy the glass bottles, which I know are heavy and I know they're expensive, but.
What about you don't see as much of this anymore? Styrofoam cups.
Not such a good thing.
Anything like that, you just worry some of that can be leaching into whatever you're drinking, especially if it heats up and then you open it and then boom.
Yep. If there's coffee in a plastic styrofoam cup, gosh, the acid and the heat and the chemicals, I mean,
Okay. Well, the bubble part I get to, because some people, the first baby step you can take out there, if you're just thinking, look, I'm not on par with everything that Holly and Nick are talking about. But the one thing you can do is if you drink sugar sodas, just stop drinking your sugar soda. Now, if you have to go diet for a first baby step, I know you may not agree, but start that way. Get the sugar out. But the dietary, unless it's stevia. But just do that, right? If you I don't care if you eat at McDonald's every darn day. If your baby step is, I'm still going to order my McDonald's Happy Meal or my number 2 meal, but give me water instead of soda. Everything else, still have your fries, still have your Big Mac, you will lose weight.
Well, and liquid sugar is one of the biggest causes of weight gain around. And it's not only sodas, but it's fruit juices. If you're drinking 12 ounces of orange juice every day, and then having a smoothie with apple juice and pineapple juice, it's all sugar. So water, bubbly water, even iced tea, that's a good option. Not sweet tea, but just unsweetened iced tea.
In the South, good luck with that. Everyone loves sweet tea, which to me, I've had sweet teas that are sweeter than Coca-Cola. It's absurd. But I guess what I was going to say, by the way, is by cutting out sodas, one thing many of us like besides the sweet is just the bubbly. And I can drink just plain tea or water, and I'm fine with that sometimes. But I do like the bubbles. So if I can get like a Calistoga or a Perrier or something that's just a soda water minus the sugars and everything else, just water with bubbles in it.
Right.
It satisfies me a little more than something else.
No, I hear it. I mean, I remember the first time I ate a hamburger with iced tea. It was awful.
Yeah, because
you want the bubble. You like a Coke, like a Diet Coke and a burger. It goes so well together. But once you are accustomed to not having, that soda with your burger, it's totally fine.
Now, if you, and I didn't mean to get onto this, but we always seem to, and our calls go that way with foods, but what do you do when you have to have something that sweetens something? What will you use if you're going to have some type of sweetener? And typically, I know you wouldn't.
Yeah.
But the only sweeteners that you would use would be honey. Is that your number one choice? Or
I like maple syrup.
Maple syrup?
I like honey. I mean, I don't like sweet beverages so much, so I don't ever put sweet in my beverages. But like if I'm going to make a dessert, for example, or a sweet bread, it's usually a maple syrup or a honey or even coconut sugar.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that. Coconut sugar.
Which all those things are still sweet, and they still sort of spike your blood sugar, and they still sort of have the same effect as sugar, but they also have essential nutrients. Honey is a powerful antimicrobial, especially if you get raw, unfiltered honey. So they have other benefits that you can, that at least you're putting something positive in, and it's just not like sugar, which is just really...
Right. Yeah, processed. And now, again, it's nothing wrong eating a handful of blueberries.
No.
Yeah, but there's sugar in there.
But it's natural sugar, and you're eating it with the fiber, so it's not going to spike your blood sugar. If you eat a piece of whole fruit, you're getting sugar, but you're eating it with fiber. And so the fiber slows down the absorption of the sugar into the bloodstream. And it actually gives your body a chance to digest it as opposed to going straight to the liver, straight to the blood.
Gotcha. You are a blueberry fiend.
Love them. And you are too.
I am. Let's go to Jewel. Hi, Jewel. Good morning.
Top of the morning, Nick.
Top of the morning to you, Jewel.
Thank you for having this beautiful young lady back on your program. I took her advice, and I bought that book, The End of Alzheimer's.
Awesome.
And the very things that y'all been talking about, the sugars and et cetera, anything that's detrimental, though we love it, is mentioned in this book. And she was talking about ice cream or coconut. I mean, I eat about 2 gallons of ice cream a month, and I drink about 4 gallons of milk.
Wow.
Maybe a beer and a shot of whiskey now and then, rarely. But anyway, I gained ½ a pound. I'm up to 142.5 now.
Wow. So you're doing pretty well. You probably have a fat. How tall are you anyway, Jewel?
I'm right at 6'2".
Wow. Oh, you're a skinny guy.
Yeah, I am. I've always been skinny. I couldn't get fat on a bed.
Listen, I'll tell you what. Someone like him, I mean, and that's what we'll talk about. And thank you, Jewel, for your call. And I envy him eating two gallons of ice cream. And by the way, he's a poet. Wow. He had a very nice poet. But someone like that has the benefit of genetics. We can talk a little bit about that. Some things you can control, some things you can't. It's what you're born with, right? So.
Well, and yes, so we have these set of genes that we're given, and it's predetermined. Like we can't change our genes yet. Yeah. Let's take a break on that, and I'll let you espouse a little bit more on that and just the genetics of all of this. And Jewel, thank you, my friend. We'll take a break and be back right after this. By the way, I'm going to get